we
Yeah,
go.
we're on the air.
Oh, we're on air already. Okay.
Hey, everybody, I'm Shane. I'm with Bob Schneider. Hi, Bob.
Shane, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty
You
good.
nervous?
Nope. Do I look nervous?
You don't look nervous, but I know you are nervous.
Thank you for
Yeah.
calling me out.
It's
That's
fine.
very
Here's what I know
sweet.
about being nervous.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as you say that you're nervous, then you feel less nervous. Because I always get nervous when I come up on stage.
I don't believe you.
Well, that's true. I don't.
I don't think you're
Not
nervous.
for something that I've done a bunch like this, I don't get nervous. But anything new that I have to do, I get very nervous. Like if this was Good Morning America, forget about it, dude.
No, this is much bigger than Good Morning America.
Is it really?
No. My mom and dad watch it,
You're starting to
so don't cuss.
starting to make me nervous. No wonder you're nervous. Bigger than Good Morning America.
Is that big anymore?
I have no idea.
I've never seen it.
I mean, I haven't watched it. It's
Maybe I was a kid.
40 years ago, maybe was the last time I saw it.
Yeah.
Bryant Gumbel, I think, was on it when I watched it. But he's on the Today Show.
Brian Gumbel?
Maybe I'd never watched Good Morning America.
I didn't know he's still alive.
Brian Gumbel?
Yeah.
Real sports, dude.
Oh, yeah, he did do
HBO.
sports. I never watched that.
All right, let's get on with these
Yeah,
questions.
okay, well, the first thing I usually talk about
So
is
now who came up with this
the-
idea to ask
the
questions?
history of the venue.
Was that your
and
idea?
Bob Schneider. I think it was my idea, but it wasn't my idea to actually be the person asking
You
the
came up with the
questions.
idea to ask questions, and then somehow you got wrangled into asking the questions.
I did.
Well, all right, let's get to it.
All right. Well, the first thing I was going to talk about is the history of the artists in the Mucky Duck. And you've been playing here for
4
15?
or 5 years.
4 or 5? But
Yeah.
rumor is that Rusty wouldn't hire you in the beginning. And I like to throw Rusty into the
Well,
bus.
I used to be in a band called Ugly Americans,
I remember.
and then I was in a band called the Scabs.
Mm-hmm.
Both bands pretty unruly.
Right.
We had a song that probably wouldn't. It didn't. I mean, if you saw Ugly Americans or Scabs or looked at that material, you'd go, "Well, that doesn't quite work here." But Rusty, to his credit, had no idea what I actually did outside of those.
Right.
But then when I came and played, then immediately he was like, "Oh yeah, this is perfect.
That's
And then,
perfect. This
yeah.
guy's amazing.
I don't know if he said that, but it was like,
He did. I was there.
"Oh, well, there you go."
He's a big fan. All right. First question I got for you.
Okay.
What was the first record that you purchased? With
By the
your-
way, no questions.
Oh,
Just joking.
hard-earned money.
All right, go ahead.
I just asked you.
What was the
The
question?
first record you bought.
Oh, the first record. I bought 2 records at the same time. I bought AC/DC's Highway to Hell
Fantastic.
and The Knack, Get the Knack. Now, one of those records is still great. Which do you think it is? and
both-
and
they're
one of
both
them
great.
sucks. No, one of them's terrible. One of them has one good song on it called My Sharona. And then the other one is
Classic.
a classic from beginning to end.
So Bon Scott, AC/DC, or Brian Johnson, AC/DC?
Well, I mean, Back in Black is a great record.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it's Highway to Hell and Back in Black are the 2 AC/DC records. They're both great.
Yeah.
So
So what was the first concert
first
that you
concert-
wanted to go to? Because I know you kind of grew up in a...
The first concert I went to, that was a real concert, was I saw Earth, Wind and Fire in '81, and I also saw that same year. I saw a bunch of concerts that year. I saw that, and I saw the Rolling Stones in Hanover.
Oh, nice.
With Jay Giles' band opening him. Jay Giles were amazing. And then the guy in the middle was this German guy. I can't think of his name, but he was like the German Chris Christopherson. And he got up there with his guitar, like, and was like, "Yeah, that's good and fun." And like before the first song was over, people just started throwing beer bottles at him from the audience, and he had to leave.
The only German guy on the bill, and they just turned on him like that?
They turned on him immediately, and he left after a song and didn't finish.
Yeah, the Germans can be rough.
Yeah, if they don't like you, they'll mess you up.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Next question. So...
Are you trying to skirt the
I don't know. What
genocide
I'm
of
trying to
a
do. I was, actually.
German
I
genocide?
was trying to skirt
I think
that.
that's a good idea to
So
shy away from that.
Who was the first artist that you put on a pedestal?
First artist that I what?
Like artist you put on a pedestal? Like
That I
loved,
put-
adored, like...
I mean, I grew up listening to my dad
Yeah.
play music my whole life. From the time I was born, he would always have a guitar in his hand, and he would entertain people at our house, and then if we were out somewhere, he would entertain people. So just my whole life I was watching him tell jokes, sing songs, like he didn't write any of these songs, but he knew 1,000 songs.
Right.
And he's a great entertainer. So he was the biggest influence on me in terms of like that. But then for me, the band, I loved Kiss.
Oh, yeah.
When I was like in middle school, I liked Kiss, and Queen was another big band for me. And then maybe Prince after that.
I find it kind of surprising you like Kiss.
And they kind of like, what's that?
I find it kind of surprising you like Kiss.
I mean, I think everybody.
I think people our age.
This is like in this. This is when they were at the top of their game.
And those records were so intriguing, and they were.
I mean, Love Gun came out, and I would just like look at that cover, and I was just like, "Oh, what happened here?" It was so weird and I had no idea. You don't know anything. I didn't know anything about sex when I was like in middle school.
You had no idea what Love Gun was.
No, I had no idea. I was just, but there's something about it that was like, there's some lesson to be learned here.
It's true. It's true. So, you're on a deserted island. You get 3 records. Which 3 are you taking with you?
That's a good question.
We'll just do 3 for brevity.
I think Steve Miller Band, Greatest Hits.
I usually say no greatest hits, but
you gotta have greatest hits.
Yeah. Okay.
Abbey Road. Then I love that record. Maybe Tom Waits, Rain Dogs.
Yes. It's a good one.
Oh, Paul Simon, Graceland.
Okay.
Like that. If we're not doing greatest hits, if we're doing greatest hits, I probably have some other records.
I mean, you could do greatest hits.
I'll
allow you one.
Let's not do greatest hits. I'll do those 3. I like those.
Rain Dogs is amazing. It's actually one of my favorite records ever. I love that record. So, what are we I used to say quarantine watching, but what are we Netflix and Huluing? You got any shows for us? Everybody needs shows.
Man, I got so many. One of my favorites of all time is Call My Agent. It's French.
Yeah, Rusty and Teresa tried to get me to watch that one.
Do you not read subtitles?
I don't. Not they move so fast for me.
Yeah, they do. But yeah, I love that show. If you don't want to read subtitles, you can watch Emily in Paris. It's kind of the same show, but for Americans.
Yeah, they suggested that one too. It's not really my vibe.
What? Oh, so you wait? Did you not watch Emily in Paris?
No.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
You got to watch it.
Okay.
You'll like it.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't say, dude. Trust me. You'll like it.
Mm-hmm. I will watch it for you. I promise. I'm going to give you a full report.
Look,
they've been trying to get me to watch it.
No, my sister told me to watch it, and I was like, that looks horrible. It doesn't look good. If you're a dude, that show does not look good.
Yeah.
And then you put it on, you're like, oh, this is great.
Okay. They told me to watch it. You told me to watch it. I'm going to watch it.
It's fantastic.
Did you watch Res Dogs? Did we talk about it?
Loved it.
Yeah, I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah, it's great.
I can't remember what I was going to ask you next. Oh, celebrity crush. Who was your first celebrity crush? Did you ever have one?
Probably Jacqueline Bisset.
Okay.
There was a movie called Class. Do you remember that?
Mm-mm.
It was like her stepson, maybe, or her son is good friends with this other kid, and they're in private school, and then she Mrs. Robinson's the other kid, and I was like a teenager, and I'm like, I wanted that to happen to me with Jacqueline Bisset.
Mine was
she was like 40 and this kid's like 15, and I was like 15 at the time. I was like,
it could happen. Like this could happen.
I want it. I still want it. I want to be 15 and go back in time and hang out with 40-year-old Jacqueline Bisset.
I mean, okay.
For sure. Dude, who doesn't want to do that? If you don't want to do that, then what do you want to do?
I would go back and hang out with Olivia Newton-John.
Oh, she was so
I didn't know why I liked her, but
yeah. And she had that Australian accent.
She
bonus.
had the Australian accent, and then I saw Grease, and then
she was so hot in Grease.
Oh,
so hot.
And then she came out, and a couple weeks later, I did a special with her, and she was swimming with dolphins and speaking in Australian.
And she dated like young dudes.
Yeah.
She was like 40 in Grease. You know that, right?
7, so or 8.
Oh, that's too young.
That's too young.
I was like. I think I was like in 8th grade or 7th grade when Grease came out.
No, I was young, but I don't know why I liked her. I had no idea why I liked her, but I liked her.
7th's not good, but 7th grade was pretty good.
I mean, yeah, you would have totally been legal in 7th grade. She wouldn't have gotten thrown in jail at all. All right, on to the either or. So I'm going to give you 2 bands. You give me your preference. I already know the first one. We talked about it. Beatles or Stones?
I mean, look, the Stones are a great band. They have some great songs. They're a great band. They have some great songs.
They're all great bands. Yeah.
But nobody can compare it to the Beatles. They're the greatest band of all time.
Okay.
Like just sheer numbers, greatest band of all time.
I can't argue that. Dolly or Aretha?
Well, songwriter Dolly Parton, Aretha Franklin, greatest singer of all time. Period. Dolly Parton, I don't like her singing much at all. Like I don't like her country ass voice or anything, but personality, love
she's
Dolly
a
Parton.
saint.
I don't know if she's a saint, dude. From all the accounts, she's definitely no saint.
What accounts do you?
No, she's like, I heard she was a straight up whore, but great songwriter, and I think she liked to fool around a lot.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean Dolly Parton. Let's go with Dolly Parton.
You're going with Dolly Parton because she likes to fool
but
around.
Aretha, you don't.
I'm losing my syndication at this point.
Don't.
I was trying.
Yeah, don't throw shade on Aretha. Greatest singer of all time.
I'm not throwing shade on any of them. Willie or Elvis or Sinatra?
Ooh, Elvis or Sinatra?
Yeah, one is killed.
That's so hard.
All the people I've talked to, one is wiping the other one out.
No, that one is so hard. That's really hard. Singing, I got to go Sinatra. The catalog, even I'm gonna go Sinatra by just a no.
Everybody's picked Sinatra.
Just barely.
Very few Elvises.
Just barely.
Okay.
Elvis is
He's a king.
so much.
I'd take Sinatra.
Dude, all you got to do. Have you ever seen that where Frank Sinatra had he had a show on TV, like a variety show, and Elvis came on his show. Oh, gotta watch that.
I've never seen.
Just go to YouTube, Sinatra and Elvis.
What's crazy? Like all those cats had variety show. Like Johnny Cash had one for a while.
Yeah.
Sinatra had one. The next one's Willie or Johnny.
Oh, Willie Nelson for sure.
Okay, Michael Jackson or Prince. I already know your answer on this one, probably.
Let's see, pedophile or non-pedophile. I'm gonna go with Prince.
I was gonna skip over that one, but why? Lady Gaga or Madonna?
I don't like either. I don't like Madonna. I don't like Lady Gaga. I really don't like Lady Gaga, and I really don't like Madonna. Who do I hate more? I hate Lady Gaga more than I hate Madonna. Well, dude, have you seen Madonna in the last
Yeah.
Dude, she just showed up on something. What'd she show up on? She looks like a monster.
She looks like a cat.
What was she on? She was in something I saw recently. She showed up at somebody's show. Oh my God.
She was on one of the award shows and people just destroyed her.
Oh, she looks so terrible. I feel so bad for her.
And she's not even that old, is she? I mean, it's all relative as I get older. It's like 70. That's young.
So my cousin, he owned a one of those places where they do the fillers and they do all the stuff. It's like all the medical things. And he would see me and he'd be like, "Oh, we'll just come in and we'll get rid of that and we'll just give you a little here and we'll just do this." And I'm like, "Get the fuck away from me, dude! You're not doing shit with this. No."
What's his number?
But well, he sold this place. He didn't own it anymore.
Damn.
But no, man, you gotta just
let it go.
Well, you get it's like everybody. You get in with a group of people. Well, it starts with Real Housewives. You start watching Real Housewives, and then your eyes get adjusted to that look. That's monstrous. Like if you aren't familiar with that show, and then you see it on TV, you're like, "What am I watching? Real Monsters of Hollywood?" You're like, "Oh no, this is Real Housewives." And then, but once you get used to it, then you're like, "Oh, maybe I'll try it." And then it's just, ugh.
I think
Dolly Parton went down the wrong track. Well, she went way overboard with all of that. Now she's kind of.
I saw Liv Tyler recently, and she's.
Liv Tyler. Oof.
Oh, she doesn't look
bad
good.
news.
No, doesn't look good, and she's young.
Yeah, you just gotta age.
Just age.
Just age.
The next.
I say that, but I color this here.
Do you?
Yeah.
I just don't grow it. I can't.
It's the only thing I dye. But eventually, this is gonna go gray. Once this goes gray, or my hair grows up here goes gray, then I'll let it go.
Yeah.
I mean, at a certain point, like
I'm gonna
fucking
let
Paul
mine go.
McCartney's
I'm
like,
gonna let mine go
he's
very
pushing
soon,
80,
too.
and he finally was like, okay, I'll let a little gray show at like 80 years of age.
Yeah, but he has people come in and dye it for him every morning while he's asleep, like little elves.
No, I mean he looks good, but eventually, like he's like, I'll do a little gray.
Yeah. Well,
You look good with the brown hair.
Who?
Paul McCartney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks good with anything. It's Paul McCartney.
You know what's weird about Paul McCartney? He's been a giant star since he was in his early 20s, and he's not a monster. It's so crazy because everybody becomes a monster.
And he seems
every famous
to be
person.
really cool. Yeah.
He just somehow was able to not become a monster.
Have you met him?
No.
Hmm.
Nope.
You should. Got Metallica or Sabbath?
It's probably Sabbath. I don't care for. I listen to Black Sabbath. I don't listen to Metallica.
Okay.
So Metallica
enough.
might be even better than Black Sabbath. I don't know.
They are. But it's okay. Sabbath's great too.
I mean, here's what I would love.
Sabbath's wonderful. They invented the whole genre of music.
Here's what I would like to see. I would like to see Metallica here at the Mucky Duck.
I would too. I saw him at.
How amazing would that be?
I would be amazing.
No, you're supposed to see Metallica in the biggest place you could.
I did. I
in
saw
a
him
giant
in Cowboy
Coliseum.
World.
Yeah, that's where they would be amazing.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to Mexico City in September. You want to go?
No.
Okay.
But I used to hate on Stone Temple Pilots,
Yeah, they're terrible.
but then I saw them, and they were amazing
Were
because
they?
that music is not meant to be seen on TV. It's
Yeah.
meant to be experienced in this.
The singer drove me a little crazy. Scott Weiland.
He's the best frontman of all time.
Really?
R.I.P. The best frontman I've ever seen.
I was a Chris Cornell
Better
guy.
than what's that?
I was a Chris Cornell guy.
No, no. I loved Soundgarden. I saw Soundgarden in the '90s, and they were great.
The auditorium.
No comparison in terms of front guys. Chris Cornell just sits. He just stands up there and screams. Scott Weiland. Here are the best front guys of all time. Scott Weiland, number one. Probably Prince. I never saw him, but I've seen him, on recorded. I'm sure he was if I'd have seen him. James Brown, amazing.
Amazing.
James Brown's amazing.
See, I'm sticking David Lee Roth in there just because.
Peter Wolf from
He's
Jay Giles
amazing.
Band.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Jay Giles is absolutely an underrated band.
They were so good.
Mm-hmm.
They were. I don't know. Who
That's
else.
it. No
That's
Mick
it.
Jagger.
Fuck no. Jesus Christ.
So I got Taylor Swift or Beyonce.
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 Beyonce is
You
one.
are in Houston.
By the way, I fucked up. Beyonce might be the great, and Elvis,
Okay.
maybe the greatest performers of all time. One other one I forgot, Justin Bieber. Amazing. I'm a believer. Love Justin Bieber. But Beyonce, nobody's as good as Beyonce. And I think Taylor Swift is very likable, and she's great. She's got great stage persona. But Beyonce, you get scared when you see her. Like I'm nervous when I see
Beyonce.
her.
Have you
She's
seen
amazing.
Beyonce?
I mean, just on Super Bowl and stuff.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
So is Taylor Swift going to make an appearance at the Super Bowl? That's the big hubbub.
She'll be there backstage.
Well, she's going to come out with Usher.
Is she really?
That's the big hubbub. Hubbub. Who knows?
She doesn't have to.
She
It'd be a
doesn't
step
have to do
down
anything.
for her. if
I
she
know
did.
she's going to have to show up. She's in Japan and having on tour, and she's flying back or something.
Oh.
Anyways, I got one more for you, and then we can end this.
All right.
Jason Mraz or Steve Poltz?
Jason Mraz. For what?
For who do you prefer?
Well, Steve Poltz is one of my best friends. I
Mhm.
love Steve Poltz. He's one of the true great performers of our time.
Mm-hmm.
It's apples and oranges.
I'm going to send him this.
In terms of, Jason Mraz is an incredible songwriter. He's an amazing rapper. He can play guitar like nobody's. But so can Steve. Steve's an incredible guitar player. In terms of who makes me laugh the most, Poltz for sure.
I did this with Steve. I was scared for my life. the whole time.
What do you mean?
Just this interview I did with Steve.
Oh, Steve's good.
He was amazing. No, yeah, I love Steve.
Yeah, he's great.
He was awesome. A little manic.
I wouldn't want to be on stage with him. I was in Florida and watched him at 38, and I was like, every time I see him, he's gotten better. And when I saw him this last time, I was like, oh, he's as good as anybody. Anybody who picks up a guitar and gets up in front of people as a solo performer.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's as good as Steve
He's
Bolts.
insane. Like, he's one of my favorite people to play here. You and Steve, and then there's everybody else.
Fearless, beautiful, like, you feel like he cares about you and loves you.
And he dated Jewel.
Dated Jewel.
So.
Also, while he was dating her, Sean Penn fucked her.
That is a great story. Anyways,
By the way,
nobody knows who Steve Bolts is.
By the way, I just found out the real story. I always tell people that, like, they were filming the video, and then Steve had to leave, and then he called Jewel the next day at the hotel, and Sean Penn picked up the...
Didn't that what happened?
No, it happened differently.
Oh.
And I've already forgotten the version that he told me. I don't think he remembers either. He makes everything up anyway.
That was his drinking days, probably.
No, I don't think so.
No?
I don't know. Oh, yes, of course it was, because he quit drinking. He didn't quit drinking until like 20 years ago, and that was in the 90s for sure.
I couldn't even imagine him drinking. Couldn't even imagine.
When I met him, he was drinking. And we were on tour together. He was opening up for me on this tour, and he was following behind us in this like fucked up rental. And after 2 days, he got on the bus and just was on the bus for 3 weeks after that.
Sounds about right.
Never changed his clothes in 3 weeks. Slept in his clothes the whole time. Just a joy to be around.
Love you, Steve.
Yeah.
Bob, that's all I got for you. Thanks for sitting down with me.
Dude, it wasn't that bad, was it?
No, it was great. This was the best one I ever did.
There you go.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Am I supposed to say thank you?
No, I don't know what's going on anymore.
Thanks.
Bye.